Welcome back. We have Renee Stein joining us from the Out of the Heat program, which is held Mondays and Fridays at St. Paul's United Church. Thanks for being here, Renee.
Thank you.
So we know a little bit about this, or at least I know a little bit about this Out of the Heat program just through our newsroom, but I think there's a lot of people out there that don't really understand what this is about, because this is helping the homeless population. But when you think of the homeless population and getting them out of the elements, that often means the winter time. We focus so much on that Out of the Cold program.
Yes.
So is this the same thing, just getting them out of the heat, like the 34-degree weather that we might even see today?
That's right.
Yeah.
It is actually very similar. So if we look at Kamloops, and it can get to be 37 degrees in the summer.
Yeah.
You know, and if we especially, look back at last summer and the intense smoke we had and the heat we had, that can be really hard for any of us just to be outside even for a short amount of time, let alone if that was what you were living in 24 hours a day.
Right.
So it was the city's idea to be proactive this summer and to partner with St. Paul's Anglican Church to look at what can we do to put in place before the summer hits. So we decided to open Out of the Heat and to bring people in during the heat of the day and to provide them with care.
So how dangerous can that be, Renee, to be out in all day in that heat? I mean, we all know when we're outside, if you're hot, well, you're uncomfortable, or you might be dehydrated if you don't have water. And I would assume that a lot of the time, some of this population doesn't have access to drinking water.
You're right.
Yeah.
And not only do they not have access to drinking water when they need it, but they don't always have access to shelter either. Right? So about, getting them back in, sometimes some people are aware that they're dehydrated, others are not. If you are working with a mental health concern, then often certain medications can actually react to heat. So it's really looking at, what ways can we provide care to you. So we provide sleeping beds for the daytime. So for anybody who's not been sleeping safely during the night, they can come in and sleep safely within the shelter. We provide breakfast and then a warm lunch and refreshments, free clothing and donations, and then supportive care.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's
great.
great.
Very important. Is there a way that the public can help, Renee? Donations are always needed, I assume, through these programs. I mean, what would you say to anybody out there that's wanting to help with this program? Is it volunteer? Is it donations? Do you need help?
I would say it's a combination of everything. If you're a baker and you love to bake, we'd love to have your goodies.
I like that.
If you're a muffin maker or a cookie maker, come on down. But anything, backpacks, bags, sunscreen, bug spray. Bug spray is gold.
Yes.
Underwear. We never get underwear or bras. So things like that. And of course, your summertime clothing, shoes. We always need shoes. But all those things can really support somebody who might not be able to afford those things for themselves. And it is kind of a misrepresentation. A lot of people think of our homeless as just being substance users. I would say that a large percentage of the homeless that access the shelters are low income, are seniors, or who are the working poor. So we have a great variety of people who access us.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there a number that you've seen over the last few weeks that you've been running with the number of people that are coming in? Has it been quite busy on those days you're open?
Well, we've just been open the 3 days so far, but each day our numbers have increased. So on Monday we had 33 people, and we had 15 people sleeping. So obviously the need is there. I would say that what was interesting is Out of the Cold, we get to know our guests really well.
I would think so,
we have a great working relationship with them, and we see a lot of the same people. What's interesting this summer is probably half the people coming in are people that I've never seen before.
Really?
Really. So they are new people coming to town, or people who had housing, and now those housing situations have fallen apart.
Which tells us that the crisis is a crisis.
Oh, it's definitely a crisis, yes. Like the point of time count was whomever identified as being homeless at that moment and felt comfortable talking to a stranger and identifying their homelessness. But if we were to look at the stats between, say, Stuart Wood and Out of the Cold on the unique persons, we're probably looking more at 400 people.
Wow.
on our streets right now.
That's unbelievable.
It is, and it's sad.
So,
it's very sad.
So you need they need as much help as they can get.
They can.
And if anybody can help you in your program and any of the various programs in town, then do so for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And even if you're not able or you're not in a position to help the programs, help the next person in front of you.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's your smile that's going to brighten their day, or you checking in with them to see how they're doing. Everybody deserves compassion and respect. It doesn't matter if you have a shopping cart or a Lexus. You're still important.
I like the way you put that. Well put. Thank you so much, Renee.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Thanks
sharing.
for having us.
The Out of the Heat program run on Mondays and Fridays, you said, right?
Yes.
At the St. Paul's United Church downtown.
We're actually at the
Anglican Church. I was just looking at that going, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. I've said this for Out of the Cold before. Why does that not sound right? Okay,
we're next door. We're next door. It's
Our
good.
apologies, okay. The Anglican Church is where this is held. There's the number on your screen if you need some more information. Thanks, Renee. We'll be right back after a break. Stay with us on Midday.